Hello and welcome to Speak English with me, the podcast where you listen, repeat, and learn to speak English confidently. Today we will talk about a very simple topic, my morning routine. This podcast is great for beginners. I will speak slowly, use easy vocabulary, and give you time to repeat sentences with me. So relax and let's begin. Now let's listen to a story to improve your speaking and listening. You can also repeat the key phrases and practice speaking with me. Let's begin. Every day, I wake up at 6:30 a.m. Repeat. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. I open my eyes slowly. I feel sleepy but I try to get up. I stretch my arms and take a deep breath. Repeat. I stretch my arms. I take a deep breath. Then I sit on the bed. I turn off the alarm on my phone. Repeat. I turn off the alarm. I feel a little lazy but I say to myself, let's start the day. Next, I walk to the bathroom. Repeat. I walk to the bathroom. I turn on the tap and wash my face. Repeat. I wash my face. Then I brush my teeth. I use toothpaste and a soft brush. Repeat. I brush my teeth. After that, I take a shower. The water feels cold at first, but then warm. Repeat. I take a shower. I use soap and shampoo. Then I dry my body with a towel. Repeat. I dry my body with a towel. Now I feel fresh and clean. I go to my room and get dressed. Repeat. I get dressed. Today I wear a t-shirt and jeans. Sometimes I wear a shirt if I go out. Repeat. I wear a t-shirt and jeans. I comb my hair. Repeat. I comb my hair. Sometimes I put on a little perfume. Repeat. I use perfume. Now I am ready to go to the kitchen. In the kitchen I make breakfast. Repeat. I make breakfast. Today I make toast and eggs. Repeat. I make toast and eggs. I also make a cup of coffee. Repeat. I make a cup of coffee. Sometimes I drink tea instead. I sit down and eat slowly. Repeat. I eat slowly. While eating I watch the news or listen to music. After breakfast I clean the kitchen. Repeat. I clean the kitchen. I wash the dishes. I wipe the table. I put away the bread and eggs. I put the milk back in the fridge. Repeat. I put the milk in the fridge. If the trash is full, I take it out. Repeat. I take out the trash. Now the kitchen is clean again. I sit at my desk. Repeat. I sit at my desk. I check my calendar. Repeat. I check my calendar. Then I look at my to-do list. Repeat. I look at my to-do list. I write down what I need to do today. Today I need to go to work. Repeat. I go to work at 9 a.m. On some days I stay home and work from my laptop. Planning helps me feel focused. Repeat. Planning helps me feel focused. Now let's practice some key sentences again. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. I brush my teeth. I take a shower. I get dressed. I make breakfast. I drink coffee. I wash the dishes. I check my calendar. I plan my day. Say each sentence again and again until you feel confident. You can also pause this podcast and repeat each line in your own time. Let's practice speaking using full paragraphs to improve our understanding and fluency. Every day, I wake up at 6:30 a.m. The sound of my alarm gently pulls me out of sleep. I open my eyes slowly, blink a few times, and let in the early morning light that seeps through the curtains. I stretch my arms above my head, take a deep breath, and enjoy the stillness of the morning. For a few moments, I lie in bed and gather my thoughts. I try not to reach for my phone immediately. Instead, I take a moment to be present and thankful for a brand new day. After turning off the alarm, I sit up and place my feet on the floor. The room feels cool, and the silence is comforting. I walk slowly to the bathroom, yawning as I go. The tiles are cold under my feet, which helps me wake up a bit more. I switch on the light, splash cold water on my face, and look at myself in the mirror. This is the beginning of my personal care routine. I brush my teeth with a minty toothpaste, rinse thoroughly, and then wash my face using a gentle cleanser to remove the sleepiness from my skin. Next, I step into the shower. I turn on the water and wait for it to become warm. As the steam rises, I feel relaxed. I use a mild soap and a refreshing shampoo with a citrus scent. The warm water helps me feel more awake and alert. I let the water wash over me and enjoy the peacefulness. After a few minutes, I turn off the water, grab a clean towel, and dry myself. The towel is soft and warm, and it feels nice against my skin. Once I'm dry, I go back to my room and choose my clothes for the day. Today, I decide to wear a light blue t-shirt and a comfortable pair of jeans. I like to keep my clothing simple but neat. I put on some deodorant and spray a little perfume, which gives me a pleasant and fresh scent. Then I stand in front of the mirror to comb my hair neatly. I check my appearance to make sure I look tidy and ready for the day. Now that I'm dressed, it's time for breakfast. I walk to the kitchen, which is filled with soft morning light. I open the windows to let in some fresh air and birdsong. I feel grateful for the peace and calm. I begin preparing my breakfast. I take out 2 eggs, some bread, and a bit of butter. I heat the pan and start making scrambled eggs. I like my eggs soft and fluffy with a little salt and pepper. While the eggs cook, I place 2 slices of bread in the toaster. When they pop up golden brown, I spread a little butter on them. I also prepare a cup of hot coffee. The smell of coffee fills the kitchen and makes me feel more awake. I love this part of the morning, the smell, the warmth, and the quiet moments before the day gets busy. I place my breakfast on the table, sit down, and eat slowly. I try not to rush. I enjoy the taste of the food and take a few sips of coffee between bites. This is my time to relax and enjoy the present moment before the responsibilities of the day begin. After I finish eating, I take my plate and cup to the sink. I wash the dishes carefully, wipe down the kitchen counter, and clean the table. I believe that starting the day with a clean kitchen helps keep my mind clear. If the trash is full, I take it outside and replace the bag with a new one. I quickly tidy up any mess from the night before so that the house feels fresh and organized. Next, I go to my desk. I sit down with my planner or calendar and look at the tasks I've written down. I review what needs to be done and decide on the top priorities for the day. Sometimes I write a to-do list on a piece of paper or in a digital app. Planning helps me feel focused and gives me direction. I think about my meetings, my work projects, and any personal errands I need to run. I also leave a little time for breaks because I know that resting is important too. After reviewing my plan, I check my emails briefly and reply to any urgent messages. Then I open my notebook and jot down a few goals or thoughts for the day. Sometimes I write a short gratitude note, something simple like, "I am thankful for my family," or "I appreciate the quiet mornings." Writing these things helps me stay positive and grounded. By now, it's usually around 8 a.m. I still have a bit of time before diving into work. Sometimes I spend 10 to 15 minutes doing a bit of stretching or light yoga. I roll out my mat in the living room and follow a short routine I know by heart. The gentle movements help release any tension in my body, especially in my back and shoulders. If I have more time, I might also do some deep breathing exercises or a short meditation. Even just 5 minutes of calm breathing makes a big difference in how I feel. If the weather is nice, I step out onto my balcony or walk around the garden. I like to feel the fresh air on my skin and hear the birds singing. I water the plants if they need it and check if any new flowers have bloomed. These small activities bring me joy and help me connect with nature, even in the middle of a busy week. Sometimes I also listen to music or a short podcast while I get ready for the day. I choose something light and motivational. Listening to inspiring words helps lift my mood and prepare me mentally. If I'm learning a new language, I might play a short audio lesson while I do other things. Before starting work, I take a final look at my space. I make sure my desk is clean, my water bottle is full, and my computer is charged. I sit down, adjust my chair, and take one deep breath before beginning. This marks the official start of my working day. On some mornings, especially weekends, my routine changes slightly. I might wake up later, prepare a different breakfast like pancakes or oatmeal, or take extra time to read a few pages of a book. But even when the timing changes, I try to keep the basic structure. Waking up calmly, taking care of myself, eating a good meal, and planning the day. Having a consistent morning routine brings me comfort and balance. It gives me time to focus on myself before I start thinking about work or other responsibilities. I feel more in control of my day and more confident about handling whatever comes my way. My morning routine is not just a habit, it's a way of taking care of my body, mind, and spirit. Everyone's morning looks different, but for me, these little actions, waking up gently, taking a shower, eating breakfast, planning ahead, help build a strong foundation for the day. I believe that how we begin our day can shape our mindset for the hours that follow. That's why I choose to start slowly, mindfully, and with intention. And so, with a calm mind and a full heart, I step into my day, ready, refreshed, and grateful for another opportunity to live, learn, and grow. You did a great job today. You listened to a full story in English using simple and useful words. Now, you know how to speak about your morning routine. You can use these sentences every day in your life. Thank you for listening to Speak English with me. If you like this episode, please listen again and share it with friends who want to learn English too. See you in the next episode. Take care and keep practicing. Bye.